When was the last time you went to the movies and came out feeling more hopeful, more joyful, and full of faith? Oh, have I got a movie recommendation for you? Spirit 1053, hi, I'm Erica. Our very special guest today is John Schafer. He is the director of the new film about Jesus. It's awesome, called Light of the World. He is from the Salvation Poem Project, and we're so glad he's here on the morning show. John, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on Light of the World. I've been watching little snippets here and there on social media and YouTube, and wow, what do you want somebody to leave the theater feeling after they see your film?
I think the biggest thing, based on the times we're living in and just things that's happening around the world, I just really hope that they leave with a sense of hope, a sense of also for those who have no concept of the Bible, have no concept of relationship with Jesus, that when they see this, whatever frozen perception they may have had or not knowledge, is that just so they'll see the development, the relationship between young John and Jesus, and how that friendship really, sparked, and just that Jesus is their friend, and I think a lot of people who are not believers but have some concept, I think they feel like they're just being judged by him, by God, and all these things. And I think, no, I mean, he is your greatest fan. He is there for you. And I think watching that relationship between John and Jesus grow throughout the movie, really hope that plants that into their heart. And for me, I've been a believer, been working on, children's series like Superbook and all that. And when making this movie, I mean, I know it says straight out in Scripture, he calls his friend in that. But as we were making this film and watching that relationship and all those things and seeing a vulnerable side of Jesus opening up to John, and that, it really made me realize, he really is our friend. He understands us, because that's why he is here as flesh and human, to understand what we've gone through. And so, I hope they walk away with those two things. He's your friend, and they walk away with hope.
John, I love hearing that. One of my favorite verses in the Bible talks about the friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I met that friend when I was 16. Jesus is everybody's best friend. And it's crazy to think that he loves each of us the same. We're all of his kids. And speaking of kids, I believe that Light of the World is for everyone. It's an opportunity to get all the people you love together and experience something as a family, right?
Yeah, I mean, we literally made this film for everyone of all ages. And we made it for not just, people who are believers and know the story and have a personal relationship, but when we wrote it in mind of for those who do not have a relationship, who do not have any understanding that way.
I love knowing that. And I also appreciate that you all used hand-drawn animation, a throwback, and I love it. Tell me more about why you chose that.
First and foremost, myself, I love it. Tom Bancroft, the other director on this one, we both love it. He comes from Disney heritage and all that. But for us, there's something very timeless, very enchanting about 2D animation. There's just something about that, I think, that even for the adult, it speaks into them, the nostalgia. Like people right now who've seen the trailer, they're going, man, I'm getting the Prince of Egypt vibe. I feel like the Aladdin vibe. And there's all that feeling. And I think there's that part here. But here's the thing, is with 2D animation, there is this something about the hand-drawn animation, the imperfections, because it is hand-drawn, that makes it just so perfect. And for us, as Christian filmmakers, as us as artists like that, we just really felt like when you watch this movie, especially on the big screen, because you'll see it's like a children's storybook come to life, and you'll see all the backgrounds, like, Capernaum and Golgotha, the Last Supper, the room, and all that. It has that painted brush stroke. It has all those little nuances. You see the brush strokes. You see patchwork, like it's not finished. It's still a work in progress. And for us, we wanted to make it feel like a children's storybook come to life, but also to represent we have imperfections, and that's why the animation and those little nuances are imperfect, because of that's who we are. And the paintings that have those little nuance kind of patchwork and still work in progress is because we are work in progress. So we wanted to convey that in our art and our animation when we made this. And so everything in the film is really intentional on all levels. But first and foremost, we wanted to make a fun, heartfelt movie. Like if Disney made the movie about the life of Jesus in the 90s, that's this movie without the musical numbers.
Oh man, I am loving this so much. As a director, I'm curious, John, how do you tell such a big story? Like, do you get up in your head about it?
We felt the gravity and weight of this story and the responsibility, and we wanted to inject humor. We wanted to show a different side of Jesus that may not have been portrayed before, and or like even John the Baptist. We just felt like, oh man, like this is the most personal story to people, and also to another group of people, it's probably the most offensive. And
Wow.
how do we find that balance? And man, we prayed through every process. So lines of dialogue, the way we portrayed the sequences out and all that stuff, how we handled the crucifixion. We make John, when people were asking us, when, me as a director, your artist and the story team saying, John, what do you feel is the tone of this movie? If you had to give a movie reference, what would that movie be? And they were surprised by my answer, but it's Back to the Future meets the Goonies,
Oh my gosh, I
because
can't wait.
it's kind of that adventure with a group of people. There's a dilemma that they're facing, and they have to go through it together. And along the way, they find someone who can help them through this. And John the Baptist, when you see the film, he's like that's Doc Brown. He's kind of eccentric and all that, but also heartfelt and also super wise when he needs to kind of stand toe to toe to the Pharisees. And so
Wow.
it's all of those elements and everything that we worked so hard to make this movie literally for everyone, and also to make it timeless. Because for us as a ministry, first and foremost, I work for Salvation Film Project. We are a ministry that creates media content. This is our first feature film, and this is us moving into this space. And for us, we're doing a theatrical release on September 5th in the United States and in Canada and, around the world. But, for us, we want to, once, after it does all its global theatrical stuff, we want to give it away to all ministries, and we want to be able to have it translated and scale it. This is a 20, 30-year project for us. But that's why we really need people to come see it, like
Yes.
on opening weekend, because in order to do something to give away free in the future, it's very expensive to do those translations and that stuff. And also having a strong box office. We live in a world like, hey, if it does well in the United States, it opens up opportunities internationally. And so,
Awesome.
and also, but outside of that type of reason, this is a 2D animated feature that people probably have not seen since the 90s and 2000s on the big screen that looks very beautiful, has that kind of era of what Disney did, has that era of what DreamWorks did with Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
Man, what better way to take your family to experience that? But also with this movie, I really think strongly, I feel this is like, if you have family members, extended family members or friends or coworkers that, hey, maybe you're not comfortable about sharing the gospel, or maybe you don't know that entry point, take them to this movie, because one shows in the trailer, it's like something that they're not going to imagine. Like, oh, I wasn't thinking this looks fun. This actually looks funny. And,
Yes.
take them to this movie, because I truly believe the movie will speak to their hearts. You don't need to try to say anything. But what it might do in the future with that is open up dialogue with you, because this was that entry point. And animation is the most non-threatening form of media to be that entry point. And we're just excited.
I'm excited with you. John Schafer, director of Light of the World. I hope you'll go see it tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us on Spirit 105.3, and God bless your movie.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for having me.